Hello, my name is Mark Gillis. I'm the Director of Historic Restoration here at Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens. In doing restoration work like we do here, you are literally taking it back to a certain time period. In our particular case, the time period that we try to maintain is 1915 through 1935. Warren Manning was the original designer on this, and this alley or outdoor hallway was designed so that these plane trees, once they started maturing and their limbs started touching over the center, would kind of create a green tunnel.
Hi, my name's Tom Hrivnak, and I'm Director of Horticulture here at Stan Hywet Hall and Gardens. Back in 1916, when this garden was put in, Warren Manning had put in London plane trees, which is a variety of sycamore, with rhododendron. And that's kind of a nightmare for a horticulturalist because you have a tree that likes heavy clay soil, wet, tight, and teamed with rhododendron that like the well-drained sandy loamy soil. So if one's happy, one's not.
In the original planting of the Plane Tree Allée, there were twice as many trees as they ended up with. And that was intentionally designed that way so that the alley would always look full from the very beginning. But then as the trees started to mature, every other tree was removed so that you ended up with about 64 original trees. By the time we had started working on this project in 2007, only 7 of those 64 trees were still standing. And of those 7, there was a canker in the trees, which is kind of like a cancer for trees.
So we decided, okay, well let's improve things a little bit. Bedrock is very high here, very close to the surface. So we had a lot of the bedrock removed to give us more root zone for the trees, try to keep them a little happier. We had soil removed, new soil brought in. Unfortunately, the soil that eventually went in was not the same as what we had our sample from. So what we're doing today now is from the south terrace to the land bridge. We're removing the soil out of the area where the rhododendrons grew. We are taking it down to a depth of 16 inches. We're putting drain tile in to add for more drainage and a layer of sand so we can collect the water that has its filtering through and it doesn't just get trapped there against our Ohio clays. Once we have that in place, then we're putting a soil back in that we got from northern Ohio, where some of the rhododendrons grow naturally here. So we know they like that soil. We've tested it for the pH, and we've also added some amendments to that soil, mostly which are pine fines, which is a product made from pine bark, which is ground up and mixed in. And as that decays, it will help keep the acidity in the soil, which the rhododendron like. Now, you may ask about the plane trees. They're not so fussy about the acidity as much as they are about water. That's their thing. They want the water. So we're trying to get a balance there so we can keep the trees wet, but we don't flood the rhododendron out.
Thankfully, through a lot of the studies that the schools have done in the past, we've been able to take that information and apply it. What we're hoping for is that you'll be able to verify that what's going in now is exactly what we need.
So we need your help. We would like to have you monitor our soils here. The upper end that we've done the soil replacement and amendments, and compared to the lower end that we're not replacing any soil, and compare the two. Also, you can compare those to the natural soil in the dell and see how far the differences are between those three.